Alright, so it's been about 5 years since the second season of One Punch Man ended, and it's been about 2 years since we have gotten a Season 3 update, up until yesterday, in which out of nowhere the official teaser trailer for Season 3 dropped, and fans of the series like myself were in disbelief but joyful at the same time that we finally got a sneak peek for this very anticipated season. And as always, the reaction to the trailer was met with a lot of negativity, like drama and controversy, because of the studio that is animating our beloved story, J.C Staff. Now, this is the same studio that worked on the previous season of OnePunchMan, which left a bad taste in a lot of the dedicated fans' mouths because of how lackluster it was compared to the first season. And honestly, I get where they are coming from, I mean, this season is adapting arguably the most important part of the story. This is Garo's arc. This is his coming of age story in a way. We have amazing new plot lines developing in this arc. We have multiple fights that go down for many of the characters in the series. This is probably the grittiest and most intense part of the story, where we witness the grand change from a story about a man who can defeat any opponent in one punch to a story about what One Punch Man really is at its core. And that's why I bring you this video today. Some people just need to hear this cold hard truth, and that truth is One Punch Man will never reach that same level of quality as season 1. Now, why is that? Well, it's because everyone, like the animators and the directors who work on that first season of One Punch Man, was like simply a work of miracles. They were there at the right place at the right time. That team of staff and producers, who were mostly very talented freelancers that had already worked together, right, as a team from previously amazingly aesthetic animes, they came together once again to tackle One Punch Man season 1. But unfortunately, that team that Madhouse Studio brought in, and of course some of their own team members in Madhouse, they didn't participate at all in season 2 and are no longer working on One Punch Man. Even the character designer for One Punch Man season 1, Chikashi Kubota, who is also currently the character designer for this season and season 2, confirmed that Madhouse, right, paid them the average salary slash budget for season 1. So, and honestly, they should have been paid way more, knowing how good they knocked, the first season out of the park, that level of quality. They should have been paying them a lot more, but hey, that's just how corporate greed is like. So clearly money isn't the problem for J.C Staff, which is kind of surprising, especially knowing that the Japanese animation industry are infamously known for trying to save money by hiring and outsourcing other low budget studios, and freelancers, or just any other smaller studios inside of Japan. But that's probably one of the reasons why J.C Staff was picked, why they were chosen to animate season 2 and 3 and the rest of the series. Maybe they have some sort of contract with whoever is in charge of picking the studios. Maybe some corporate heads were out there and they were like, hey, J.C Staff, they're not asking for a lot of money, so let's choose them. Let's give them a contract. Let's contract them into animating the rest of the One Punch Man series. And that could be another reason why One Punch Man season 2 wasn't as great as season 1. But let's not forget the most important part, and that is time constraints. That was probably the main problem. Okay, the staff and animators literally only had 6 months to complete 12 episodes, which is insane, knowing that working on even one episode should realistically take about 2 to 3 months. The animators that are drawing the frame by frame, that takes a lot of time. That takes hours, days even, and then they're still not done when they're done drawing the whole animation system. They pass it on to another person. That person takes days to correct the corrections that are needed, right? And then they pass it on to the people who work on the final stuff like sound design, producing sound effects, general effects, visual effects over on the computer, and they pass it on to the other person. And it just goes through this line of people that takes time, and they did it in 6 months. 12 episodes in 6 months. That's not good. That's not good at all. And also, not to mention the fact that J.C. Staff were also working on multiple other projects as well, other anime. So like, a lot of people are saying that One Punch Man wasn't really their main priority. The producers need time, and a lot of it, or else we'll just get a rush, inconsistent mess that was season 2. Now, I'm not going to be a complete buzzkill here, for season 3 and, shit on JC Staff here. I'm hopeful, I'm coping a little bit, because from what I've seen from that short teaser slash preview, it looks a lot better than 90% of the second season, to be honest with you. I mean, they even got rid of that annoying, weird, shiny highlight texture that they put on a lot of the characters and stuff, so that didn't really look as pleasing to me. Maybe that's a nitpick, but that it kind of looked weird. The compositing was kind of off, and that small bit where Garo gets that nasty monster pump on his back and that close-up shot of his face look absolutely stunning, and honestly looks 1-to-1 to the manga panel, and even probably outdid the manga panel, because that's just how that season is supposed to look. That dark, edgy, gritty vibe you get from it should be carried out throughout the entire season, especially in this arc, okay, where we get a lot of the scenes in the Monster Association headquarters that take place deep below the surface, and a lot of the fights are just going to be bloody, straight boxing. So I'm excited for that. So at the end of the day, another hard truth that we should accept at this point as fans of the series is to have faith in JC Staff. They have a lot of time to work on this season, and we should, in all honesty, support them in a way, and support the anime as much as we can. And I'm talking like getting every episode trending on social media, or just media in general, and we should honestly be thanking the animators every time we get the chance, and thank everyone who is producing the show, because they are out here slaving for our entertainment. These animators, like I said, they're getting paid that average budget, probably even lower, and they're working crazy overtime, hurting their back. If you ever try drawing, you know how achy your hand can get, your fingers can get at times. So we should honestly just give them that boost in morale, so we could make this season the best it can be. Give them a little bit of inspiration, give them a little bit of motivation to like go crazy on this season. I know it's unfortunate that now we're not gonna get those amazingly talented freelancers that worked on season 1. All right, they're probably busy working on other projects, or they're probably asking for a lot more money now, especially knowing how good they are. Maybe they are now contracted full-time at another studio like MAPPA. Everybody wanted MAPPA, but they're too busy working on other anime, along with like Bones. They're all pretty busy. So clearly, we just gotta deal with what we can, and that's just the truth. And that's why I made this video. Thank you guys for watching. That was the truth about season 3. I am Amir Punch. If you want everything One Punch Man content, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and tell me your opinions about this whole JC Staff drama controversy that's going on. Obviously, I want to read your guys' comments, and that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching. I am Amir Punch, and see ya.